guys, welcome back to Krystal Klear Ideas, where we are diligently planning towards success. I am so excited to bring yet another video, and this is actually going to be my first budgeting video of 2020. Yes, I decided that I wanted to dive in head first and show you how I have switched up my budgeting planning for this year. Now, I am going to have this video divided into two separate videos, because I don't want it to be super long, but I cannot wait to show you how I am being intentional in 2020. So this video is all about my yearly setup. I decided that I wanted to create a yearly overview page, something that I could move from planner to planner so that I could have a year at a glance, so to speak, of all of the bills that I have and how much I paid, how much money I spent in bills for the year, as well as my accounts, keeping up with the beginning balances and ending balances for the year end and the beginning of the year. I may actually add some other things to the yearly section as well, but that's what I'm going to begin with, and I cannot wait to take you guys with me. So let me give you an idea of what prompted me to have this epiphany of why I wanted to have a yearly section. So this here is my budgeting section in my catch-all planner. As you can see, it is bare. It is the 12th of January as I am speaking, and that does not mean that I have not been budgeting for the month of January. I went in head first and started budgeting, but I wanted to make sure that my setup was one that I would like, because I want to make sure that I'm doing things intentionally to continuously help me to budget year round. So my issue has not been that I haven't been budgeting. I have always been budgeting. My issue is that I get to the point where I don't want to document, and documentation is key. Whether you're doing it in a written form or if you're doing it using a spreadsheet electronically, you want to make sure that you are documenting, because that is going to keep you abreast of as to what's going on with your budget, where your money is going, how you're spending it, and how much you are spending in certain categories. So you guys have not got an opportunity to see my goals video yet, so I will go ahead and give you a little hint. I do want to be a little more intentional with my spending this year, because I have some goals that I'd like to reach. And I am so excited to share that with you. So let's dive right into the video. So first thing I want to show you is this video content ideas. And actually, this is what I use for my social media planning. This is an insert from Little Miss Fancy Plans shop, which is At Home with Keita, right here on YouTube. And this actual layout gave me an idea. So when I looked at this, I decided that I actually wanted a year at a glance that looked similar to this with my bills, so that I could see how much I have spent on certain bills every month. And I was thinking that this would be an awesome checklist, so you could put maybe the bills down here and then check it off as you have paid them. And then up here you could have the months, January to December. Or vice versa, you could have the months here, and then you could have the bills listed here, and then you can actually check them off as they're paid, so that you know that they will be paid. Now, another idea that I had was that instead of checking them off, you could actually put the amount that you spent on each bill, so that at the end of the year, you will have a grand total of how much you paid in certain bills. For example, if you have to pay mortgage or you pay rent, if your rent or mortgage fluctuates, because maybe you have your water included in your mortgage bill or your rent bill, or if your mortgage goes down and they do a escrow analysis on your loan in the middle of the year, which may lower your mortgage payments, then you want to know exactly how much you've spent in mortgage payments for the year. That's something that can be helpful. And even when it comes to certain bills like cable, which may not be necessary, internet, which in my book is necessary, you can always make sure that you are getting the best bang for your buck, and that you are shopping around if you decide that that's what you would like to do. So this idea actually came from this insert. I'm not sure if Keita is going to create one similar, but I'm just going to create my own this year, and I think that that will really help me to stay on track with my budgeting and keeping notation of how much is being spent every month on certain bills. So I'm going to take you guys along with me, and I actually use this kind of as a basis, and we're going to actually use my handy dandy filler paper, which you guys know I love. This is a gridded or a graph filler paper, and I'm going to use this to create my charts. So I'm going to create them, and then while I'm creating them, this video will be sped up, and then we will decorate together and fill in. So let's get started. All right, you guys, so here is my 2020 yearly bill checklist. So you'll actually see that I decorated it. I think it turned out great. You guys know I love florals. And I actually got an opportunity to post some of the new stickers from LuxCleverCrafts. We have some new script stickers. And I think it turned out great. That along with my alphabet sticker book. So what I did is I went ahead and put all of my bills here. With inside the parentheses is the date that they are due each month. And then I also have the months here. And just like I stated before, I could actually check the box, but what I'm actually going to do is put the amount that was paid in each box. And then at the end, I will have my yearly totals. And I will be able to see how much I spent in each category for the year. Now, this box may not be big enough to the bottom, but we'll deal with that when it comes. But I think this is going to be awesome. And you guys, I do encourage you to create something like this if you want to see exactly how much you spend for your bills in a year. That would be a good number to know. Also, I created my yearly check-in. Now, I know you guys are going to say, oh my goodness, that's a lot of accounts. But I've always been taught not to keep all my eggs in one basket, so I do have quite a few accounts. It is not difficult to keep up with them because I use certain financial institutions for certain types. So for example, all of the main accounts are at SCF, and then of course all of the accounts that have to do with home are at BOA, and then all of the accounts that have to do with personal endeavors or sinking funds, savings, or extras are at these other two financial institutions. So what I did is I actually went ahead and spelled out accounts with my alphabet sticker book, and then I have my beginning balance, the plus or minus, which would actually denote the difference, and then the end. And so I actually selected a date, which is December 31st. So the beginning balance would be December 31st of 2019, and then the ending balance would be December 31st of 2020. And that way I could kind of see what has taken place between the accounts. It's not exactly an expense tracker because it won't give me an idea of, you know, how much money I have spent or have been tracking throughout the year in all of the separate accounts. But it will give me an idea of how much money usually flows in and out of the account, how much we start with and how much we end with, especially if it's a savings account. We want to definitely take notice of that number. So I think this is just going to be interesting. I am experimenting this year with the budget for these yearly check-ins. So I'm not exactly sure how it's going to turn out, if I'm going to like it or not, but I'm willing to give it a try. And I'm going to be tracking this throughout the year. This is actually just going to be something that I refer to at the beginning of the year and at the end of the year. I actually already have all of these numbers, so I will fill them in off camera. And then the ending numbers, we can actually revisit this sheet when we do a final budget for 2020, when we check in with the goals to see how we did. And I think this will be an extra excellent asset for my budget check-ins for the year. So you guys, I am going to stop the video here because I do feel like this video turned out quite longer than I anticipated. I did want to show you one more thing. I wanted to show you my schematics. So just in case you wanted to create one of these on your own, this is the template that I used. I actually just created it based off of the video content ideas spreadsheet or insert that little Miss Fancy Plans created. And just in case you have filler paper and you want to create this, I want you to know that it's 7 from the bottom, 10 here, 13 from here to here, and then from here to here is 30, and then 26 here. So that way you'll get an opportunity to see how I created this and create a version of your own if you'd like. And then also on the back, I have 8 here, and then on the back there's 30. So I just use that as my schematics, and then there's 26 here. You could always refer back to this video or pause this video if you decide that you want to create a template like this for your bills. So now I'm going to actually just go ahead and pop this into my budget section of my planner, which is right here. And I'm super excited. I think it turned out so good, you guys. So make sure you stay tuned and you stay connected to Krystal Klear Ideas, because I am going to show you how I'm going to be setting up the months. I believe it's going to be a 4 or 5 page setup, and I'm going to be utilizing inserts for that as well. So I can't wait to show you my monthly setup. I'm not sure if I'm going to show it at the end of January when everything is filled out or when it needs to be filled out, but I can't wait to share that with you. And all of my months I am working on making them look just alike. So you guys, make sure you comment down below. Let me know what you thought of this video. I apologize if it was long. I hope it gave you some inspiration. I hope it helped you to be intentional with your plans, especially financially this year. And if so, comment down below and drop your gems so that I know you made it into the video. I really enjoyed sharing this with you, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye guys.